Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. On the program today, members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Shiite group says Judicial Commission of Inquiry report is biased and full of distortions. Fifth FG Town Hall meeting holds in Enugu, southeast Nigeria, as government officials continue to bridge the communication gap between the leaders and the citizenry. And the Ilorin-Jebba highway receives federal government attention as motorists groan under the terrible state of highways across the country. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Many thanks for joining us. Reports say suspected militants have blown up an oil pipeline operated by Shell around the village of Odimodi in Delta State. Now, this attack comes as the federal government confirmed that it's holding talks with representatives of various militant groups in the Niger Delta aimed at resolving the agitations of marginalization and environmental degradation of the area. According to some residents who spoke with Reuters, the latest explosion at the Trans-Ramos pipeline occurred early on Sunday morning, shaking nearby homes and creating a ball of fire. In a statement obtained by Reuters, Shell says it's investigating the reported incident, adding that the Trans-Ramos pipeline transports oil to February. Nigeria's crude oil production has been cut to less than 2 million barrels per day as a result of the continued attacks, especially by the Niger Delta Avengers, which claims it's not part of the dialogue with the federal government. Members of the Islamic movement in Nigeria have described the report by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into the December 12, 2015 clash between them and the Nigerian army is biased and full of distortions. Reacting to the report, which was released yesterday by the Kaduna state government, spokesman for the movement, Ibrahim Musa, insists that their leader, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaky, who has been detained for the past 7 months, was never given the opportunity to appear before the commission to defend himself. The report, which was made public, indicted the Islamic movement of Nigeria for the violence which resulted in the death of scores of their members. The report also made recommendations on ways to avoid a recurrence of the incident and the controversy that trailed it.
The report is unfair, it is biased, full of historical distortions and inaccuracies. If you can remember, the Commission said that it held Sheikh Zakzaky, our leader, responsible for the acts of commission or omission by the members of the Islamic movement. We believe this is gross injustice. How can he be held responsible in what happened in Zaria? After all, he was in his home. He was not aware of what was happening. Sheikh Zakzaky was not given the opportunity to appear before the commission and state his own side of the story. So why should they believe the Nigerian army or the Kaduna State government officials who said that they contacted Sheikh Zakzaky during the fracas? At least we believe the commission should have sought audience with the Sheikh, or should have gone to Abuja, where the DSS are holding him hostage, and asked him to state his own side of the story.
The Southeast Zone is hosting representatives of the federal government at a town hall meeting at the Nike Lake Resort in Enugu State, the Enugu State capital. It's a continuation of the federal government's regional town hall meetings organized by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture to inform Nigerians about the developmental plans of the current administration. Present at the meeting are the Ministers of Information, Health, Labor, Trade and Investment, Agriculture and Petroleum. Also in attendance are the state governors Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi and Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu. This is the fifth in the series of the town hall meetings planned to hold in all the geopolitical zones of the country. According to the Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, the effort is to bridge the communication gap between the government and the people.
They are here to see the change we promised. Many more have called the promises a ruse. In fact, many of them are mocking us. But we remain undaunted because we know that the change we promised is real.
Minister of Information, Mr. Lai Mohammed. A former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Kano State, Abubakar Mahmoud, has been elected the new president of the Nigerian Bar Association, NBA. Now, Mr. Mahmoud, who will take over from Mr. Augustine Alede on August the 26th, was elected at the 2016 national elections held in Abuja. In a keenly contested election conducted through e-voting, Mr. Mahmoud polled 3,055 votes to defeat Mr. Joe Kiari-Gadzama, who polled 2,384 votes. In his acceptance speech, Mr. Mahmoud commended the election process, describing it as a unique one in the country.
It's the first election conducted through electronic voting by the Nigerian Bar Association. The election took place at the conference hall of the Bar Association in Abuja, the nation's capital. At the end of the e-voting process, the chairman of the NBA Electoral Committee announces the results.
Third Vice President Oji Benedict is unopposed, the winner. Second Vice President Ubani Monde is unopposed. First Vice President Ajan Caleb Gal is also unopposed. The scores are there. And for the President, Gadzama Joe Kiari SAN, 2,384 votes. Mahmoud Abubakar Balarabe SAN, 3,055 votes. Scored the higher number of votes, is the winner, and is hereby declared elected.
With the results announced, the outgoing president of the association advises contestants who lost the election to shun acrimony.
There's one position, and 10 people might be going for that position, but only one person will get it.
Yes.
And if we all understand that, then there will be no reason to descend to the levels that some particular person descended to in this election. But as I've said, we will address all the issues frontally.
Shortly after the announcement of the results, the NBA president-elect walks in and is congratulated by the outgoing president of the bar and his supporters. In his acceptance speech, the new bar president promised that the new executive will hit the ground running once they are sworn in.
I would like to seize the opportunity to congratulate all of us for participating in this very unique process that has produced probably the first major election in this country based purely on an electronic platform. I think this is a trailblazer. We will go back. As you said, sir, you have 25 more days. And I assure you that we will go back, do the thinking between now and the 25 days, and we'll certainly, God willing, hit the ground running after the formal inauguration.
The new executive of the Nigerian Bar Association is expected to be sworn in on the 26th of August in Port Harcourt, Rivers State.
When we come back and news across Nigeria, we'll take a look at the challenges and expectations for the new NBA president. Do join us again.